Yes, alright, you were first. So, welcome. I'll stay here for a little bit. Let's give people some time to get in. It's a good looking grid. Tom's had a great one. Yeah, nice. So how are we all on this, I would say, fabulous day, but it's fabulous for once in the UK. Our one day of summer has arrived in March. Whilst we are waiting for a few more people, I'm going to get all this sorted out. Here we are. David buying a second-hand bike. Yeah, funny enough, I did have one for sale if you wanted it. Unfortunately, it's just gone. So, since there's 3 of you here, I'm not going to waste too much more of people's time. It's been about 3 minutes anyway. So, welcome to Tier 4. I'm going to do a generic start anyway. Welcome to Watkins Glen. That's the word I was looking for. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been here. Unfortunately, I've been away for a little while. Now I'm back up and running as per normal. So, on the championship and the constructors, I'll just give everyone a quick reminder as to where we are at the moment, with Geordie in first position at the moment, with MDC or SAS, as I refer to him, as 4 points behind in the Supra in second. We then got Moo or Mo, whichever one you want to refer to as, in third. We got Aurak in fourth, and we got Key Life bringing up the rear in fifth position at the moment. It's still, like I said, the only opening third round, so championship points by all means grab them, but it's nothing too critical for some drivers yet. On the constructors standings, excuse me, the Supras are actually starting to take it away a little bit, with the Ferrari 458 in second and the Hyundai Genesis, whichever one you want to refer to as, taking joint third with the the Renault Sport RS at the moment. Oh, you're getting your service tomorrow. Nice. So, let's go to the grid. The first thing that I've already spotted is SAS is on the medium tyres in a sprint. You're going to have a fun feature. Geordie's on the softs in second, as, to be honest, I'm expecting most, if not all, of this grid to be on the softs. We got Obi-Wan, great qualifying session from Obi-Wan, in third on the softs. We got Mo in fourth on the softs. At the moment, SCS is the only one on the mediums. We then got Dr. Esty in fifth. We then got Blade in sixth. Good to see again, Blade. We then got Fracas in seventh on the mediums. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We then got Tom in the Ferrari in 8th position on the softs. We got Aurak in 9th on the mediums. Key Life bringing up the top 10 in the softs as well. So it's actually quite split grid. You couldn't make that. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. We then got Danger in 11th. We got HK in 12th. We got Dexter in 13th. We got Revolt in 14th. Quack in 15th, and bringing up the rear is Cat. So it's a good mixed grid between the mediums and the soft tyres. I'm expecting the soft runners to make a very, very quick getaway and potentially try and capitalise the softer compound. But towards the tail end of the race, about lap 7 onwards, I'm expecting the medium runners to really start reeling in the soft tyres. But obviously, let's see how this goes. As we got 5 lights. Oh, there's a jump start from Aurak in the back, and someone else has jumped the start as well. There goes one. Regan has already passed. Who else has jumped the start? There's a Lamborghini in the background. As Geordie's taken first, Obi-Wan's taken second. Moo's jumped up to third. SES is all the way down into 6th position at the moment, so a terrible start from him. Tom's made a fantastic start up to 4th position. Obi-Wan is still in third. Mo's is in second. Geordie has managed to capitalise. He's now off and away as we're several cars wide, nearly colliding into each other, going further back. Blades in a good spot in 5th at the moment. SAS down to 6th. Dr. SD in 7th. Keylove made a great start as well. Fracas down 2 positions at the moment, so we come through the bus stop for the first time as Dr. SD goes off the track completely. That's going to be a penalty and someone's died. Oh no, it's Keylove. So what's going on? As we come into the bus stop, oh, just hit the curb with a bit too much energy and spat himself off. Dr. SD goes off as well. Quack's going to try and go up the inside of HK Aurak, who was in the top 10 and made a jump start. I think it was HK that also jumped the start as well. Going further forward, Dexter Pippa's in 10th position. We've got Revolt in 9th. Danger's up a couple of positions. Fracas made up 2 spots that he lost. SES at the moment is one of the big losses of the field at the moment because he was in first. Bear that in mind. Going further forward, Tom's made up fantastic places, so has Moo. And Geordie slowly starting to edge out a gap. And he moves up the inside. Revolt goes up the inside of HK. Dr. SD's down to 14th after that little moment. Cat's up to 15th, and Keylife's all the way down in last at the moment. Ooh, don't go too wide there, that's going to be a penalty. I don't think that will be, but don't go too wide. Who gains the most down the straights? Let's go further forward. Let's stay around about Fracas area because I have a feeling, yeah, here comes Dex. Dexter Pippa tries to go up the inside of Danger, not quite going to work this time. Don't want to lose out too much momentum though, because you've got the long run up the hill going towards the bus stop, going further forward. We've got SES trying to go around the... Ooh, that's not the correct line. SES nearly tried to go around the outside and was going to look at overtaking Blade, but that's not worked this time. That's not going to push him into the back into Fracas as we got Danger and Dex going side by side coming into the bus stop. Dex does back out wisely though as we come into the long sweeping right hand, a very, very quick corner, and a corner where you can pretty much burn the whole tyre life in one corner if you're too hard. Let's go further forward. What's going on up here? As Mo's caught up to the back of Geordie at the moment. As we come out, the right-hander going up into the final sector, going up over the hill. No moves at the moment from the Supra. Everyone doing well. Tom's doing fantastic as well. Blade still in a very strong and comfortable 5th. He's slowly being chased down by the Supra of SES in 6th. Behind him is Fracas. In the moment, it's holding off Danger and Dexter quite comfortably. We then got Aurak at the moment taking the reverse pole in 10th. We're still early in this sprint race. As we've got the 2 Lamborghinis of HK and Dr. SD together. We've got Revolt in 14th at the moment. We've got Keylife who's taken 15th position, and we've got Cat bringing up the rear at the moment. Home race for Cap and Moo this race, as Geordie's managed to open up quite a comfortable gap. We'll stay here. Actually, we'll come back because something's happened. Good thing we did come back, because I completely missed that. What have you done? Ooh, dear. Oh, dear. So, Fracas doing Fracas things, nearly collecting another car in the process, has now found himself... Got a cat. Yes, good job. I'm joking, Fracas, I like you really. So, Fracas has found himself from 7th down to last with damage on the medium tyres, so his sprint race is going to become incredibly difficult. Key Life making up positions up to 13th at the moment, starting to chase down the Lamborghini of Dr. Esty, who's just been drifting sideways, as we've got HK taking too much inside curb, trying to get up his nose up the inside of Quack, who at the moment takes 10th position. We've got Aurak in 9th, we've got Danger in 8th. Dexter managed to capitalise from that mistake of Fracas's a couple of corners ago. So Dex is now up to 7th at the moment, starting to chase down SES, who's in 6th, who's now starting to close in on Blade in 5th position, who's also starting to close in on Tom in 4th. So we're going to stay around this sort of area. We are definitely going to stay around this sort of area as Blade shows his nose up the inside of Tom's. I think there's a little bit of collision there. Blade able to carry a lot more speed through the corners, although he's got to be careful as he's attacking, because if he loses too much time, he's got a Supra behind him. Very late on the brakes, this Supra is as we're going through turn 1. Tom not using any of the exit curb, whereas the other two are using the exit curb. Just gains you a little bit more space to try and carry a bit more speed. Now, how's SAS going to play this? Is he going to try and take one then the other, or is he going to try and bump? And he's going to try and take one and then the other. But look at the speed of that Supra with the Subaru in the slipstream. And these two have not really stood much of a chance as they're going side by side through the bus stop. Everyone comes out alive apart from... And Tom's managed to somehow cut the corner. Now losing out, he's got a 1 second time penalty as well, so he's lost out big time here. He's gone from 4th to 7th in his one corner plus a 1 second penalty, which is going to push him way back behind Danger. So SES is the big gainer at the moment out of this group. We got Blade still in 5th. We then got Dexter just bringing up the rear and starting to catch up to the back of the top 5, going further forward. Obi-Wan's starting to reel it in, move just a little bit, it seems like, and Geordie's just gone. Geordie is in a world of his own at the moment, but let's come back to this group here and try and keep tabs everywhere else. Around the right-hander, if you get this right-hander really well, and if you get the line right, you can carry so much more momentum and get on the gas so early and carry the more speed down into the corner and potentially even launch an attack into turn 1. Not quite the case this time around. Now that Supra's got really strong straight line speed, and that Subaru doesn't seem like it has a great straight line speed. So let's see, can Blade stick to the back of that Supra? The Supra's just gapped him just a little bit. Nicely through the bus stop as we come to the right-hander. Nothing's going to happen this time around, I don't think. Danger in 7th at the moment. We've got Tom trying to pick up the scraps of what's left. We've got Dr. Esty in 9th. We've got Key Life in 10th. What has gone on here? Oh dear. Huge snap of oversteer. And into the outside wall goes Aurak. This promotes Key Life up to 10th. This might even promote his teammate up to... It does promote his teammate up to 11th. As Aurak's race has now just gone from bad to worse. I think he jumped the start earlier as well. Quack goes wide. HK comes off the track and then back on the track. We've got Fracas in 14th. And who's now trying to push HK down the hill to get past Aurak. HK goes around the outside. Fracas goes around the outside of Aurak. Can Fracas go around the outside? He has gone around the outside. He's made it work beautifully as well. Aurak's race is just going from bad to worse. He's lost 4 positions in half a lap. Here comes Quack. Can Quack have a go? Quack does get his nose up the inside, but Quack's... oh no! Cat nearly losing it. Cat now going around the outside of Quack as there's a little bit of contact between these two. So Cat's now up to 15th. Quack is down to 16th. Aurak's down to 14th. And Fracas has now gained a position. HK's gained as well. Going further forward. What's going on further up here? Dr. Esty's caught right up to the back of Tom. Let's stick with these two for just a moment before we go further forward. The two Italian giants of Ferrari versus Lamborghini. I seem to be saying that a lot at the moment, as the Lamborghini looks like it's got a much better top speed than the Ferrari. Let's jump on board. It does have better top speed, but Tom's got the inside line as they go side by side through the bus stop. Dr. Esty wisely backs out, but he's got more momentum. Is he he's gonna stick his nose up the inside on the long right hander. Bit too much curb. He seems to be taken, but he's got it work. He's made it work. As through goes Dr. Esty. Tom tries to fight back. He can't quite. He's got a tighter and better line, which has brought him a bit closer, but not close enough to attack going into this right-hander. So Danger still in 7th. Dexter Pip still in 6th. Blade still right behind that Supra of SAS in 5th. SAS up to 4th after that really bad opening lap. Obi-Wan in 3rd, starting to challenge Moo, whose tyres are starting to really drop away. Oh no, there's Blade in the background, nearly has a moment. He's now going to drop off to the back of that Supra. Got Dex trying to catch up. He's going to try and capitalise on the loss of momentum going further forward. These two are now going to start fighting quite bigly as well. Bigly? That's not even a word. Obi-Wan all over the back. Moo can't even make the apex of the corner. As the two are side by side going around the right hander of turn 2 up the hill. Let's jump on board with these two. Moo using the straight line speed of that Supra is just able to eke out ahead this time around. As we go into the bus stop with just over 2 laps to go. Moo's tyres are pretty much shot. So this is where the tyre care is going to come in. What's Geordie's tyres like? Oh, good. They are good. Moo's on the other hand, I'd be a little bit more concerned if I was in the seat of that lead Supra at the moment. Obi-Wan has another little look up the inside, not going to work this time, but Obi-Wan is the meat in a Supra sandwich at the moment. Obi-Wan needs to clear Moo as quickly as he can to try and gain a bit of distance and gap to the Supra's teammate of SAS. Moo's doing really well to defend 2nd position at the moment. Through the left. All the exit curbs been used by SAS to try and get as close as he can. Going through these corners. He's struggling just a little bit. The Supra sandwich offer in there. I think I have as well. I don't particularly like being the meat in a teammate sandwich. I prefer being the bread. Moo using all the exit curb and more, as Obi-Wan doesn't get the exit he's after. This is going to allow SAS to try and have a look. It is going to have a look. SAS is having a look up the inside, now the outside. If Moo and SAS are communicating, and if Moo's within slipstream distance, there it is. There's a slipstream effect, and through goes SAS, as Obi-Wan cannot do too much about it. He tries to fight it, and he has to back out of it. Going through the bus stop now. So the Supras are 2 and 3 again. Obi-Wan's trying his absolute best to keep up with these guys, but he's got to watch his tyres as well, because Moo's tyres is pretty much dead. Now, again, what I was about to say, if these two are communicating, it would be really, really good for Mu to just let SES go through. Instead of fighting the way past, just let him through, then Mo, excuse me, can then just hold up the rest of the pack whilst SES has got a load of free space. As SES does have a look up the inside, Mo doesn't let him through. This is going to cost SES a lot of time here. This is allowing Obi-Wan to catch back up to the back of these two. So we're going through, coming up to the last corner of the racetrack. Mo just gone really, really wide. He does not have any tyre left, pretty much. Yeah, he's got none left. SES is obviously on the medium tyre. He's got tons of tyre left on. Just uses it a lot. Everyone tries to go to the inside. No space this time. Let's have a quick look through the rest of the grid before we come back. Anything else going on? No. Let's stay with this group. Let's stay here. I don't see anyone else on the minimap spinning out or having any issues at the moment. Mo's tyres are about to die as we come around one of the key and fastest corners of the track, and you can just tell his tyres are dead because he goes so wide. He just allows everyone straight up the inside. No contention, no contest. Obi-Wan back up to third, Mo down to fourth, and there's tyres not just going to keep dropping, he's going to keep dropping down. And here comes Blade. Blade's going to have a little look as well. Mo losing out on another position. He's going to lose another one out to Dexter. Dexter's got a lot more tyre life and he's got a much better exit as well. And up the inside comes Dex. Up into fifth, Mo down to sixth. Let's come back up forward. Let's come back up front to the driver who's led since lap 1, turn 1. Got a very, very good launch. We haven't seen much of him because he's just been on his own all the way up front and through. Comes for another sprint victory. Comes Geordie in that 4.58, who seems unstoppable at the moment. We've got SES, who had a horrible, horrible start. All the way down to 7th at one point, recovered up to the 2nd, so a great drive from him. Obi-Wan up to a very good 3rd position. Blade in 4th, Dex and Pip. Dr. Esty with 1.5 second time penalty was in 6th, Mo's in 6th, Dr. Estes in 7th, Danger comes through for 8th, Tom comes through for 9th, and Key Life gets 10th position. Fracas just loses out, finishes in 11th. Revolt comes over the line for 12th. We then got HK in 13th. We got Quack, who's just about hold off 14th to Aurak, and then we got Cat bringing up the rear on those dead tyres. Also, how are your tyres on mediums nearly dead? It's a times 2. Whilst I'm loading this up, I'm going to double check my facts. I believe it's times 2. Yeah, it is. It's times 2 tyre wear. And you've nearly killed a set of mediums. I'm impressed. A set of softs, yeah, I can understand. A set of mediums? That's impressive. As if them two didn't share data before the race. Yeah, it did kind of look like the Supras didn't share much data, or didn't. I say share data. Well, I mean, it kind of seemed like they didn't chat too much before the race. So usually whenever I race, so my previous teammate Yuri for a couple of seasons, him and I went onto a voice call. Eroticos and I this season were trialing it and trying it, but between his internet and my internet speed, it's not that great. But talking to your teammate helps a lot. If one's faster and one's slower, let the faster one through for the benefit of the team. Because if you're fighting for a constructors or fighting for a good position in the constructors, then yeah, do it for the team. because later on they can repay the favour. So whilst we wait for this to load, right, there we go. Ooh, very nice looking wheels, I must say. I quite like them. So, oh no, fair enough. In that case, fair enough. He is right up there in the standings, true. But also, where's the standings? Where is it pre this race? Here we go. He is right up there in the standings, yeah, but you are ahead of him at that point in the sprint race. You were 18 points ahead of him, so it makes more sense, in my view, that you two passed each other earlier, and then Mo held up. But again, I can only speak from my point of view, from hindsight, if that makes sense. Noticed how many ALR logos are on our car. There's a PSN, Fanatec. There's one. Let me try and find more. There's 2. 3. I'm guessing there's about 7 or 8 different ones on there. Anyway, so Watkins Glen, the pit lane here is quite long, so we're really looking at a one-stop strategy. There's about 40 on there. Okay, that is just a bit keen. I will try and have a look as you guys go around. So, like I said, it's a one-stop strategy here. That's the ideal. If you're looking at medium hard or hard medium, and from the looks of it, Key Life's going to try and get an early lead and try and open up the gap to the rest of the field and start the mediums. With Tom in second on the hards, Danger's on the hard, Dr. Estes on the hard, Mo's on the hards, Dex is on the hards, Blade's on the hards, Obi-Wan's on the hards, SCS is on the hards, Geordie's on the hards, Fracas, Revolt, HK, Quack. Alright, so everybody's on the hards apart from Key Life. Okay. This is going to be interesting. As away we go, Key Life's going to take us away. As these two have already opened up a bit of a gap. Danger's already under a bit of pressure from Dr. Esty. Dr. Esty goes up the inside already into turn 1, and he's already made up a move, and we've only just opened up the Grand Prix. And Mo's already making moves as well. Danger's dropped down to 5th position. Mo's already up to 4th. He's about to challenge for 3rd. I'm glad I looked back here than up front. Mo already challenging for 3rd. Got the inside line and the straight line speed of that Supra to challenge for 3rd. In the background, SES weaving and diving around, trying to have a little look. Dr. Estes down to 4th. Mo's made a great launch. Dex is up to 5th. Danger's down to 6th. Obi-Wan's up into 7th, or down in 7th, excuse me. I'm not quite sure which one. SES stays in 8th. In 9th, sorry. Blade stays in 8th. Looking further back in the grid, not much else has changed. Let's go further for... Oh dear. That's where Tom got his penalty. If not, it was there. Staying on throttle, it's just allowing Key Life to get right out into the distance. Mo now goes up into 2nd. This is massive for him. It's what's going on between these two. Oh dear. Did you brake and turn? Let's see. Yeah, you did. Look, Tom's full brakes and full left turn. That's just pushed Dr. Esty right off and with heavy damage. So his kind of good start's now just been completely demolished. Tom's way up ahead at the moment, holding up the rest of the pack, but he's got a 1 second penalty. This is going to do big damage to his race. Fracas then just darts off into the dirt for unbeknown reasons to me. Ooh. Oh, he has a moment of his own. So, Fracas has a moment of his own, so does Revolt. Going further forward, we've got Dr. Esty versus Geordie. Geordie goes very, very late and very, very deep on the brakes. Dr. Esty down to 10th. Tom down to 9th after being starting in 2nd. Geordie up to 8th. SES up to 7th. Blade up to 6th. Danger down to 5th and Obi-Wan up to 4th. So some of these guys have made absolutely fantastic progress in this opening lap. SES goes up the inside of Blade. Makes it work. Doesn't go wide. Here comes Geordie. Geordie's now going to... No, he's backing out. Wise move. Set it up for the next corner, which he's doing so nicely. Gets a really, really good exit. As further back, we got Revolt battling for Dr. Esty in 10th, and Dr. Esty's now dropped down to 11th. Tom's... Oh dear, I saw that. Oh dear. So, Geordie does have a look up the inside. Tom just brakes very, very late. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. So Tom has turned into an... What the hell have I just witnessed? What the hell have I just witnessed? So, Tom initially started this bit. These guys are just... Let's go from back here. Let's break this down. So, this was a good move here, done by Geordie. Straight up the inside. Tom just brakes a bit late. Unfortunately, Tom, this here is fully on you. You just broke way, way too late. And now, again, bear in mind, I'm not Stuart, and this is just my opinion. Okay? So, Tom's pushed Blade out wide. Here come the two Lambos. Two going into one doesn't work. Dr. Esty's trying to turn to the right. Blade's trying to get going. Blade probably doesn't know Dr. Esty's there. And that then sets Blade off again. HK's having to brake or something. Or Fracas has just gotten himself a much, much better exit. Blade's now gone out onto the curb, onto the loose stuff, probably still flat on the throttle. Yes, he is, and he's still turning into the turn, not trying to counter-turn or lift a little bit. So he's now lighting up the rear tyres. Fracas, poor Fracas, has got absolutely nowhere to go. His windscreen is full of black Subaru at the moment. So he then torpedoes Blade Runner off to the right hand side. Fracas has had the GT ping ball effect. There's nearly 30 mile an hour difference there. Aurak then comes in, he's got absolutely nowhere to go because one side there's a spinning Subaru, the other side there's a Lexus that's going really, really slow. Fracas then gets unsettled by Aurak, leans on him, not intentionally, takes the pair of them off into the barrier. Fracas then does more Fracas things and spears himself off into the wall. Aurak's somehow got damage out of this. Cat's trying to capitalise, and again there's more contact. So Blade's race is now over, so is Fracas's. Fracas is way down there. Now, what's happened here? Oh, really? Oh, there might have been a bit of touch, I don't know, but space could have been given, or it's hard to say. I mean, when I come around the corner and see this, it's like, right, stick to the left, or act slow, go round the left. That's personally probably what I would have done. But I can see why Cat tried to go up the inside there. It's hard to say, really. All of that, let's come back a couple of seconds and let's carry on from here. All of that, I believe, was started by Tom, personally, because of the absolute dive bomb that happened. Let's stay back here for just a moment as Dr. Esty and HK are going to try and challenge for 9th. HK wisely backs out of this. It's a little bit loose and squiggly. Revolt's having a really bad struggling corner. Dr. Esty goes up the inside, hangs it out nicely, a really good line. HK decides to go and cut the grass again. Revolt down to 10th at the moment. Quack starting to get into the back of this group. HK goes down the inside as we come down the hill, round to the right-hander. Revolt and HK side by side as we go through the right-hander. Does HK manage? He does manage to do it, and comfortably as well. So HK's through up into 10th position, going further forward. Geordie's up to 7th. Danger's up to 6th. SES now potentially challenging Obi-Wan for 4th. Going further forward. Key Life opening up that gap on the medium tyres, using the medium tyres to his advantage at the moment, trying to get clear of Mo, who's in 2nd, being chased down by his teammate in 3rd. Now there was a few messages that popped up. Let's have a little look. How many cars do you want to take out? Fracas? Yes. Brilliant. I'd love to see that someone has the same loving friendship as me with Fracas. Now going further back, Obi-Wan under pressure. Ooh, was under a lot of pressure, still is under a lot of pressure from SES as these two touch. Going through the S section and now charging uphill. I love the camera angle on this track and going down that straight, a very close-up shot of the cars, and you can't see nothing but the door. Now it's time for SES to be the meat in a Renault sandwich, as Danger's just behind him, as we got Geordie just behind Danger as well. So the battle for 4th is very much on. Going further back, Dr. Esty now goes up to 8th. We've then got Tom with a 1.5 second time penalty, probably made in the bus stop, as these guys are battling for 8th still. Both Lamborghinis are trying to get past that Ferrari of Tom. Dr. Esty dives up the inside. HK is very close. Might have been a tiny little touch. Oh, Jesus, boys, careful. Here comes the penalty line. So Dr. Esty goes through, Revolt goes through quite comfortably. HK has got half a second less of a penalty than Tom, so that's a free position to HK. Aurak and Quackow starting to slowly catch up. Blade in 14th with his teammate Cat just behind in 15th, and then Fracas bringing up the rear currently. Let's jump back forward. Let's jump to this group here that stay here for a little bit. Obi-Wan and SES have managed to open up a bit of a gap to Danger and Geordie at the moment. Geordie having a little look as he's got a much better run, a massive run, going out the final corner into turn 1, but more importantly going forward. The Supra's got the inside line of Obi-Wan going into turn 1. Obi-Wan now down to 5th. SES is up into 4th. Can Obi-Wan stay in the slipstream? We've got the same going on back here. The two teammates fighting the two drivers that have just passed them. Looking further forward, that SES is so quick down the straight. Oh my god! Even in the slipstream, that Renault can't quite keep up. Geordie holds 6th position at the moment. Danger's down to 7th. Going further forward, we've got Dex versus Mo for 2nd position at the moment, and while this is going on, Key Life is just opening up that gap, slowly and steadily opening up the gap ever so slightly more. Dex doing an absolute fantastic job at the moment in that Alfa Romeo. SCS is in an open free air at the moment. Obi-Wan is now is still the lead of Renault at the moment, with Geordie as the meat inside the Renault sandwich today. So can the two teammates try and work together and try and get Danger back past Geordie and try and hold Geordie up? We then got Dr. ST in 8th, we got Revolt in 9th, we got Tom down in 10th at the moment. HK very close behind him. Very close behind him is Aurak for 12th at the moment. Behind them is Quack in 13th, bringing up Blade in 14th. Who's got the best run out at the final corner? It doesn't look like any of the drivers. If anything, it might be Aurak that's got a slightly better run. So not much going on there at the moment. We then got Cat versus Fracas. Cat good line it in, but Fracas has got the slightly wider entry and slightly tighter exit. He's got the slightly straighter exit as well. This has closed him up a lot closer. Here comes the slipstream effect. Round the right-hander, charging up the hill. Is Fracas going to have a look going up here? Cat swoops to the left. No move made this time around. As Fracas backs off, and backs off quite a lot actually. Maybe wanting to reserve the tyres just a little bit more, but going further forward. What's going on further up ahead? Let's stick with these three, I think. So Geordie's caught right up to the back of Obi-Wan, but as Geordie's catching up to the back of Obi-Wan, he's dragging along Danger as well. Geordie having a look coming into the penultimate corner. No defensive shakes, nothing he can get Obi-Wan to do it at the moment. We will stay here. Does Geordie get a really good exit again? He does. He's opened up that gap to Danger quite a lot, so it's now going to be a straight fight for 5th. Geordie not looking at a late move or a late breaking point going into turn 1, but he's going to look at a lot tighter line as he's now got his nose and almost his whole car up the inside. Obi-Wan gives him tons and tons of space. It goes really, really wide. Now sweeps him behind Geordie. So Geordie's now got 5th position. But as we come charging up the hill, Obi-Wan's now going to have the slipstream advantage. Geordie pulls straight away to the inside. This is now going to have to force Obi-Wan to the outside. Obi-Wan's going to back out of it. Geordie's taking a really, really aggressive line going through this bus stop section. And Geordie's now got it with some space to spare as well. As Obi-Wan takes a wide sweeping arc. Not going to do his tyres much good as going out that wide. So going further forward, what's going on up here? Now, what's going on up here is Dexter is now the meat. Wow, that was close SAS. That was very, very close to you stacking it into the wall there. Dexter's now the meat in a super sandwich. Now, all while this is going on, Key Life is out ahead, out in front, opening up that gap ever so slightly. Lap by lap, it's getting slightly bigger. Let's go back, see what's going on back here. Now HK's up to 10th, Aurak's up to 11th, Tom's down to 12th. I think he might have had another moment or penalty. We then got Quack in 13th, Fracas in 14th, Cat in 15th, and what's happened to you? Yeah, screw the tyre wear and the Supra, I agree. What's happened to Blade? Just a second. Oh dear, what's happened here? That's what's happened. Blade's race has just gone from bad to worse. Whoa, as he nearly takes out his teammate as well. Whoa. So these two are having a fight on their own. Cats just... Careful on the rejoin Fracas, not Fracas, excuse me, on Blade. Fracas capitalises, and capitalises quite well as Cat has got damage, and so does Blade. So the two teammates have hit each other. And that'll explain what has happened. We'll go back to... So, going further forward. Two Renault teammates still together. We got Dr. Esty. Good pace at the moment. Really, really good pace. He's starting to catch up to the back of both Renaults. Going further forward. Jordy in a world of his own as he's now going to try and close up to the back of these guys. Let's stay here. As SAS dives up the inside. Absolutely sends it up the inside. Using the slipstream, late on the brakes. Dex tries to do something about it, goes across the curbs and grass. So that's the fight for P2 gone the way of the Supra. Now the Supras are free of Dex, they might be able to start reeling in key life. Let's stick. Let's have a little look. 47.8, 48.5, 47.8. So SAS at the moment's on the same pace as Key Life. If anything, it's going slightly quicker. Let's have a little look further back as we got these three cars. The battle for 6th at the moment. Probably going to kick off in the next lap or so, provided no one has a cock up. So a lap 7 of 23 at the moment. I'm not expecting stops until at least a lap 10 or 11. Fracas in the Lexus could potentially stop on lap 10. Excuse me. Because he's got the Lexus, he's got a superior fuel tank of the Lexus, as everybody knows it's got a big fuel tank. Now here comes Dr. Esty. Dr. Esty's now all over the back of Danger. Danger's in danger at the moment as Dr. Esty does look up the inside, does go for it, does get late on the brakes. He carries the momentum around as well, uses the exit curb. So Dr. Esty's now up to 7th, splitting the two Renaults. Great move from him. Let's see, can Danger respond? Can Danger try and use the slipstream to close back up? I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't think that Renault's quite quick enough in the straight. So, according to the comments, and the legend himself, I say the legend himself, the driver himself on Dex's strategy basically was to stick to the back and move. And speaking of, these two have swapped, and I didn't see it. So, the two Supras have swapped positions. SAS, who's on the same pace, if not going slightly faster. Yeah, he's going faster by almost half a second now. Then Key Life is now ahead. So it's SAS's turn to now reel in the other Alfa Romeo driver and start looking at eating into the leader's lead. Now bear in mind, every single driver from P2 to P16 are all on the hards. Key Life is on the mediums. So Key Life's trying to get an early lead if possible. He has got a bit of a lead, but I think SAS is now going to eat into that quite comfortably. Geordie's starting to pick up the pace as well, on a very, very good strong pace at the moment. Almost a second, just over a second faster that previous lap to Dexter. And then I got Obi-Wan in 6th. We got Dr. Esty starting to catch up and reel him in. Let's stay here for a minute. Obi-Wan sat in the middle of the road on the racing line, forcing Dr. Esty around into the marbles and onto the dirty side of the track. Dr. Esty goes straight up the inside. Does he use that? He does. He gets well alongside. Are they going to go side by side through the bus stop? No. Obi-Wan backs out. But Obi-Wan going to try and respond. He's trying to respond. He's trying to get there. He's waiting for the front end to the grip. There's the grip. As his tyres are now starting to deplete, and Dr. Esty's got a load more tyres left. Obi-Wan not going to give up yet. He's still going to give it a good crack. Really good exit there from the Renault as we come up over the hills in the slipstream. Dr. Estes weaves to the middle. Obi-Wan gets his nose up the inside. Not going to work this time, as that just cost him a little bit too much momentum low. It has a little bit, so this is going to allow Dr. Estes to try and open up that gap. Dr. Estes taking a later apex than Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan keeping it quite tight. And there goes Dr. Estes. Dr. Estes starting to open up that gap, using a lot more of the curb, and SES comes in early. So SES is going to try and do 12 laps on the mediums. There's Key Life's mediums for reference, as we're on lap 10. Now, SES can do it. He could do it. He's just got to be so careful on those tyres. He cannot get into too much fight. Where does he come out? I don't think he's taking fuel on either. So, SES, I think SES is locking into the two-stop. Interesting. So SES is going to try and lock into the two-stop from the looks of things. Go now to the end of his fuel tank. And then put softs on? Or another set of mediums? I don't know. But he's now got a lot of traffic ahead of him. Now the battle for 5th at the moment has opened up just a little bit. The gap's opening up to these guys. Geordie's starting to close in on Dex, who's now starting to close in on Mo again. Now Key Life's going to breathe a bit of a sigh of relief, because his main threat is now all the way down near the back, because he's just pitted. In actual fact, he's 12th. How have you gotten a 3-second penalty? How did you get a 3-second penalty? Huh? I mean, potentially there, because all four wheels are way off the track here. Potentially just back there as well, or there, or maybe a combination of the three. So Cat's now got a 3-second penalty, which is not what Cat wants to see. We got Blake just behind, who's trying to rescue and salvage what's left of the race for himself. We got Quack down in 14th at the moment. We've got Fracas down in 13th, excuse me, up to 13th now. SES is just pitted. I'm surprised that... Get my password right on my phone, that'd be great. I'm surprised that there was a 3-second penalty. Here comes Key Life into the pits. Yeah, I think it might have been the middle two curbs as well. I do agree, Geordie. Let's stay here for just a moment. SES on a lot better tyres than Tom. But out comes Key Life. Has SES done an undercut on Key Life? I think he has. He has. So SES is currently undercut Key Life by not taking on any fuel. So Key Life has taken on fuel and he's put on hard. So that's him now done for pit stops. So SES is only about what? About 10 seconds up the road? So SES are now about 10 seconds up the road, but bear in mind he's still got to stop again and put fuel in. This still could go Key Life's way. And crucially, he's ahead of Fracas. He's got a load of open road ahead of him. SES starting to make moves, starting to push forward a little bit. He's going to start catching the back of these guys up very soon. I want to push forward a little bit more and get to about this area. The two Renaults still glued together with Dr. Estes just ahead of him, not getting away as fully as he wanted to. We then got Mo and Dexter Pepper, sorry, up in first and second currently. The other Alfa Romeo still glued to the back of Mo. Geordie making good ground at the moment. Does anyone come into pit? No. Okay. Dr. SD, no. Obi-Wan, no. So not even the Renaults are going to do a split strategy. Revolt, no. Not Lamborghinis are not going to do a split strategy. Neither are the Hyundais. So at the moment, it still stands. As no one else is going to come in and pit. Obviously, Key Life not. Just Fracas. Not even Fracas. Does Quack come in and pit? No. Blade doesn't either. Okay. Does Cat? No. Interesting. So no one's coming in at the end of 11, start of 12. About the halfway point now. I think a lot of these guys maybe want to just give it another lap or two before they come in. HK still all over the back of Revolt. HK going very, very wide in the bus stop chicane. Through goes SES. He just finds a gap on the inside of that other Hyundai. And through he goes for 9th position at the moment. Key Life a little bit further back, starting to open up the gap, but not quite as quick as the Supra, as the Supra's already on the back of P8 and P7. As HK gets a lot better run than Revolt. The Revolt tries to come across and cover him, not realising he's there, and those two of them touch. Let's jump on board. As the camera angles are not going to be that great, I should imagine, for this. As we go side by side up the hill, this is not what SES wants. He wants to try and clear these guys as quick as humanly possible. He's just going to have to be a little bit patient, unfortunately. So through goes HK around the outside. SS is going to try and follow. Geordie's coming into the pits on the end of lap 12. So through goes SES. He goes around the outside of Revolt. And he's got a lot better run than HK. And HK's also going to have a slower car compared to the Supra. So into P6 goes SCS, and next up the road is Obi-Wan and Danger, who've swapped positions recently. We then got Dr. SD in a very, very lonely third, so these two have had a coming together. Oh dear. Obi-Wan's making a little mistake going into the bus stop. That's allowed his teammate to go straight through. We got to about here. So, SCS now up to 6th. Great move done by him, and great couple of corners to get through the traffic as best as possible without losing as much time. Now, Tom's doing very good on fuel compared to everyone else, so Tom might be able to actually slightly undercut a couple of the people ahead of him, or slightly have a quicker stop, excuse me. Geordie comes out on the mediums in 12th, so that's Geordie's stop now done. Geordie's done a very similar strategy to what I did in my feature race here at Watkins Glen. So it'll be interesting to see where Geordie lands compared to Key Life, who stopped a lap or two before, but now gone onto the hards. Excuse me, as Revolt comes in as well. Now going further forward, Mo is very much on. Oh, he's getting a lot of pressure from Dex behind. Dex trying to go up the inside as Mo touches the grass and the wall on the outside. This is going to potentially allow him to attack coming into the final couple of corners. Both drivers surely got to be coming in. They are. Taking it careful around this right hand corner, so you don't want to go out too wide. It's quite a narrow entry. Dr. Estes, that's a 3-second penalty. That's definitely a 3-second penalty. He's going to keep going as he's also hit the wall. Oh dear. So Dr. ST hitting the wall, getting himself all sorts of wrongly shaped, and this is forcing him to go for another lap when he doesn't want to take another lap. He wants to come in. Through goes SES to now take second position, but bear in mind he still has to stop again. He's still got to put fuel in. Everybody else is coming in. Fracas is coming in. Geordie obviously not, because he's already stopped. Blade coming in, surely. Quack is still going on. Quack has still got loads of fuel left. Oh, Cat's coming in as well. No, Cat's staying on. Cat's going on because Cat crossed the line as well. So Dr. SD takes the lead at the moment, very closely followed by SAS in second. Key Life's in third, about to hit the bus stop chicane, and there's Geordie. This is going to be a very interesting race. Most opened up the gap a little bit to Dex in the pit stop. It looks like... So Mo opened up the gap to Dex, excuse me, just a little bit. Just behind him is Quack, who's decided to stay out and go on for another lap. Maybe. Danger in 8th, Revolt in 9th after stopping the previous lap. So Revolt's managed to split the two Renos and gain several spots at the moment. We then got Cat, who's had to stay out by no choice of their own, who's also now got a 2-second penalty, whose race has just gone from bad to worse. There's the 2-second penalties we just saw before we switched over. Cat's now got a dead front left hard tyre and a 2-second penalty. So HK's got himself a 3-second penalty for touching the pit exit lines. Orax now up to 14th, Fracas is up to 15th, and Blade's down in 16th, unfortunately. So here comes Dr. SD, this time making the pit entry. So SES has now got free and clear air out ahead of him. Key Life there is now in third, we're about to be second, and there's Geordie. Geordie's already cut that gap in half. A 151 compared to a 146. What has happened that lap? Key Life must have made a really costly mistake to have cost him 5 seconds. And that's the fastest lap of the race as well, 146 too. So Geordie is not hanging around at all. No, in 4th at the moment. Slowly catching up with Dex in 5th. Quack's still going. Is Quack looking at going onto the softs then? Surely those softs would be, if he is going on the softs, they're going to be over dead. We then got the battle for 8th at the moment between Danger, Revolt, and then Obi-Wan just in the background there. Because of Dr. SD's unfortunate mishap on the previous lap, he's potentially in the firing line for Danger at the moment. Tom in 11th, Orak in 12th, being chased very quickly and swiftly by Fracas, who's in 13th. We then got HK in 14th. Ooh, let's go further forward. Fracas taking a much wider entry, straighter exit, not quite able to get the car squared up nicely to really capitalise on it, but he is a lot closer. Let's stay here for the time being. Alright, defending the middle of the track. He's now Alright, feeling like he needs to defend his position. Fracas trying to find any sort of mistake. Fracas keeping it nice and tidy, going a little bit tighter. Is he going to open up the final corner though and get a lot better of a run? He's trying to. He's definitely trying to. He's now going alongside. He's not quite alongside enough. He's right. Orac Aurak gets a lot more of a tidy corner. That's probably just saved Aurak, really. But we'll stay for just in case. We'll then jump forward because I see a potential battle for second at the moment. Let's stay here just another minute or two. No, Fracas does not have a look. Let's come back. Let's come back to this. The battle for second at the moment with SAS, who's on pretty much dead mediums and dead fuel tanks, so he's going to have to come into the pits in a minute as well. Key Life now under serious pressure from Geordie, and Geordie does give him a little push. He finds the inside. Does he make it work? He does make it work. So Geordie's now up to second position. Key Life down to third. So Key Life's charge for first is now over. Surely, yeah, SAS is coming in with only 2% of his fuel remaining, so this is going to promote Geordie up to P1, it's going to promote Key Life up to P2, which is still a fantastic result. Mo up to P3 and Dex up to P4. What tyres he come out on? Let's have a little look. I think it's the mediums. Hard medium strategy done by SAS. He's out in 5th position. He's got a lot of ground to make up to the Dex in 4th. But that's Geordie's charge done. He's gone from P10 up to 1st. In 17 laps. Fantastic race at the moment done by Geordie. We've still got 6 laps left to go, so we'll see what happens. The top 4, excuse me, it kind of hasn't really changed too much. They're all now going to start spacing themselves out and equalising themselves a little bit. SAS is really going to be the only one that could change things, but he's got a long way to go. He's got a large gap to make up and then make passes. We then got Dr. ST in 6th. We got Danger in 7th, starting to gently close in with a 46.9 done by Danger that previous lap compared to a 47.6. Finally, we got SAS in 8th, who's managed to open up a lovely gap to Revolt in 9th, who's nearly killed off his medium tyre. With 6 laps to go, he's going to have to come in for another set of mediums. We then got Tom in 10th, battling for Revolt for 9th at the moment. We'll stay here for a couple of corners. Let's see what Tom can do. Tom has a look up the inside over to go up over the hill. Fracas is in 11th. Aurak does come in. Aurak comes in to change his tyres with 6 laps to go. So Aurak's having to push those tyres really hard to stay at the pace and the position he's in. Fracas is now up to 10th. Excuse me, not Aurak. Revolt, excuse me. Aurak is up to 11th. Revolt is having to come in. HK is now up to 12th position. A little splash of fuel and some new tyres. Can Blade get past Revolt? Yes, he is going to. Quack's way too far in the back in the distance to really sort of be able to do anything. Out comes Revolt on softs. Interesting. You're going to make set softs last 5 laps. Let's see. I'm actually quite interested. We then got Quack in 15th, and we got Cat bringing up a rear in 16th at the moment. SAS doing a fantastic job at the moment. Let's see what time he does this time around. A 46.2 for the fastest lap at the moment belongs to Geordie. Can SAS get anywhere near that fastest lap? Let's find out. He's half a second up, so it's looking good. great final corner and great pace at the moment from SAS as he comes over the line with a 45.6, so 0.6 of a second faster. A 45.6 compared to Dex, who did a 46.7. So just over 1 second. Oh my, let's stay up here. What's happened to oh dear, oh dear. Don't do that. You must have had a mistake. Yeah, you did. Key Life had a massive mistake. All over the road and all, lost all the momentum. So here comes Mo as we come through turn 2, round to turn 3. Does Key Life actually know he's there, I wonder? I don't think he does, because he's steadily coming out. Ooh. Careful. As Key Life now has to hit the brakes early because he's on the harder compounder tyre. So Key Life's now down to 3rd position. You've got to be careful and got to be aware of where the other cars around you. You've always had to leave a car's width, and that wasn't quite a car's width. That was maybe just shy of a car's width. As we're coming out of turn 4. So the two Alfa Romeos are together now. Is Key Life going to let Dex straight through? There's a flash of the lights, potentially. Yep. Dex goes diving straight at the inside, not taking any prisoners, even if it's his own teammate. So Dex is not hanging around. Dex is going to try and catch up to Mo, whose Mo's tyres now starting to die. So if Dex can push Mo, if Dex can keep Mo right on the edge and pushing those medium tyres, especially when we've still got just over 3 to go, whilst Dex has still got quite healthy tyres and Key Life's on the hard, meaning he can push Mo even further. But here's SAS. SAS has now got the other drivers in sight, and he's just gone 0.3 of a second faster than his previous lap. So Key Life might be in a bit of trouble here. Key Life might lose that 4th position to the other Supra driver, excuse me. Dex is in that slipstream. He's very, very much in that slipstream at the moment of Moo in that Supra. That Supra just takes a little bit more inside curb. Was that a penalty? Or did he get away with that? I think he got away with that. There we are. The Supra, both Supras and both Alfa Romeos all in one shot back then. Dex closing up on Moo. Moo losing out because of that front left tyre. Dex might be able to scrape a P2 here. You can't have your cake. Sorry, excuse me, I was reading the comments and not paying attention to what's going on up here. Let's come back and have a look of what's going on. I've seen a position change further on in the background. As in the background we got SES who's completed the charge up for 4th, as Moon now defends the inside of Dex, who's going around the outside, force Dex out the long way, but Dex is going to try and can have a bit of a straighter exit this time. If Dex ain't careful, he's going to have another Supra in his hands. He needs to clear this one quite quickly. As we come back to the bleeps of my phone later on, as Moo goes really, really wide, he's now starting to struggle on those tyres. Those tyres are dead. He's not going to give up quite yet. Inside, makes the apex, makes a rotation and turn, so Dex is now up to 2nd, but he's now got 2 Supras behind him, and he's also given one of the Supras the slipstream as we come charging up the hill. Further back, Key Life's got himself a 1.5 second penalty. We'll come back to that in just a moment's time. We'll stick here for a minute. And again, we got all 4 vehicles, both constructors, in the same shot. Moo not able to make anything out of the slipstream going up the hill, going into the bus stop. Dex has got himself a bit of free air at the moment, but here comes SES. Look at the pace difference between both those cars. SES taking no prisoners, straight around the outside as we come charging down the hill. SES's charge is not done yet. Round to the right. Oh God. Oh God. You're not watching, are you? Oh dear. You've enjoyed our race. No, I'm enjoying this. I'm just sitting back, enjoying this. No, there's not really much of a dominating car here at Watkins at all. The BMW felt good. Let the sweating begin. Yeah, I'm just thinking this. So, Dex, what did you do the last time around? 47.7, 47.4, so there's not much of a difference actually. Going further back, what's going on back here? Dr. Estie's in the lonely 6th, Danger's in the lonely 7th, Everyone's in the lonely 8th, Aurak's in 9th, Fracas rounding off the top 10 at the moment, Tom in the 11th, HK in 12th, Blade in 13th, Revolt, I thought that might be the case. Revolt came in on lap 18 to switch to the soft tyres, and he's killed him in a couple of laps. You might have to stop again, and if you stop again you're going to be in Quack's sights. Do you stop? Yes you do, you don't even make the turn. That's how dead your softs are, so Quack's going to be able to take advantage of that, and here comes Cat bringing up the rear at the moment, but let's stay back here. Let's stay here for the battle for P2, and that battle for P2 is very much on as Dex is trying to squeeze out SES. SES is wanting that outside line. Dex is not going to let him have it. SES is using all the road and a little bit more on the exit as we go up over the hill into sector 3. Dex taking a slightly tighter line, going further back. Key Life has managed to get past Moo. I just saw that in the back shot as Moo's tyres is now dead. They're dropped off the cliff, but going further forward. This is what we're interested in. This is what we came in to watch. These two battling it out for one more lap. Now, Dex has not got a problem with fuel. SES is on red, so he's got just about a lap left. SES's tyres are about the same as Dex's. So this is going to be very, very interesting as we're going on to the final lap. The only difference is in the cars is going to be straight line speed. SES goes wide through 2 as he's going to try and look for the inside of 3. Has to lift out so he doesn't hit the back of Dex. As we go through 4, charging uphill. Surprise! Yes, Moo, I know, as Dex holds the inside line as we come through the bus stop. SES trying absolutely everything to try and get that P2, to try and finish off that charge. Dex holding the car in absolute perfect spots, defends the inside line. Does he hold it? Does he allow the switchback? He kind of does allow a little bit of the switchback. SES has found a little bit of a gap, and through he goes as we come charging down the hill. But Dex is going to try and give up. No, he's going to try and... He's going to send his nose up the inside. There's a tiny little bit of contact, but not enough really to upset anyone, as SES has now got the sweeping line around the outside, and he's done it. But going further forward, again, we haven't seen much of him. We've seen bits of him. But Geordie coming through the final couple of corners has been phenomenal here and at this track and at today's race. He comes around the final corner to take a double victory. I think it's one of the first double victories in Tier 4 this season, as he comes through to take victory here at Watkins in the feature. Then they've got SES and Dex still at it, as SES just about going to hold on to P2 as he's completed his charge. We got SES in P2, Dexter in P3. We then got Key Life in 4th. After starting third, so a good session from him. We got Dr. Estie in 5th. We go Mo coming over the line in 6th. on a dead tyre. We then got the two Renaults side by side. Danger just let his teammate back through. I think it might have been for driver's points. So we got Obi-Wan in 7th, Danger in 8th, Aurak in 9th, and Tom bringing up the top 10. We then got HK smacking the wall for some bizarre reason in 11th. We've got Blade after a really, and Fracas in 12th and 13th after having a really bad opening couple of laps. We got Quack, who's managed to get past Revolt. Revolt coming back out on the softs. Oh no. Quack, I think, struggling on fuel a little bit. He is. What did I witness? So, Revolt takes 14th. What were you doing? So Quack clearly doesn't know how to drive and can't drive at that final corner, and here comes Cat with a really dead tyre, comes through for 16th position, and there we are. That's the feature. Yeah, don't go saying thanks for comms. I haven't even finished it properly yet. Jesus. Where are we? So, on the driver's side at the moment, there is 9 points splitting SES from Geordie. Even though Geordie had a 1-1, won both the races, and SES got second in both races, there is 9 points splitting both the drivers at the moment, with Moo in 3rd. We then got Obi-Wan up into 4th, and we got Aurak in 5th position. Over on the constructor side, the Supras have overtaken the Ferraris, and actually no, sorry, they've stayed the same. Excuse me, I'm looking further down. I'm thinking the Supras still extending their lead in the constructors, with the Ferraris in 2nd, and then we've got the Alfa Romeos 4 points ahead of the Renaults in 3rd position. So take care of yourselves, guys, and we will see you all soon.